Hey, Ash.
Hi.
Hi. I want to do like Ashley. Like, I just want to do like a big, like, I don't know why. Like the double E's are like speaking to me today. Ashley.
I love it. It makes it sound so friendly. It's got the high pitch, like, oop, at the end.
Right? It does. Somebody wrote your name the other day. Somebody was asking about you, and it was Ashleey. Have you seen that one before?
I have not. Although more recently, I've run into a lot of people that do the Leigh on the end. So it's
Ah,
really Ashley. Yeah.
Ashley. I like that. Well, last
Yeah.
week alone, I was Maria, Mariana. So it was a lot of it, not Marina though, because that one is too tough. So, but anyway, hi everybody. Welcome to our town hall. Um, Here we are again, Ashley and I chatting it up, our favorite thing to do.
Favorite part of my day.
I know, mine too. I look forward to these. I love it. It's uh it's great. How's the weather in Texas?
Oh, I love, we always have to do the weather update. So
We
we
do.
lovingly joke that we know we're in for a really hot summer because it was really cold. And then Mother Nature pulled us out, marinated us around with a bunch of pollen, and has now stuck us back in the fridge to really marinate well before the heat. Because we had a cold spell and it in the 30s. That's very cold for here, but 30s matched with all of the pollen it's raining is really odd. Usually the pollen comes with the warm weather.
Well, when we were there, we got some nice warm weather. So that was a beautiful thing to do.
Yes.
And we got to meet in person, which is so weird because I feel like,
I know.
know each other so well. But yeah, it was so much fun. It was so great to see you and your family. It was just beautiful. So I can't wait to do that again. We're coming.
I know. I can't wait either.
We,
Anytime.
well, we are going to be in Nashville next week. So that's kind of close, right? Closer than
Yep.
Barcelona.
I feel like you're hitting all the country music stops because you got in Texas, you came to the rodeo, and now you're going to Nashville, which is the heart of country music. I mean, you got a cowboy hat. I think this is
I
a new look
did.
for you.
Although, I mean, getting the cowboy hat, that was, besides meeting you, that was really the height of my Texas experience. I am very much a hat person. If somebody doesn't know that, useless information. You don't need to know this, completely useless. But I am absolutely a hat person. I love my hats. And this was like, it was molded to my head. They knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. But traveling with this hat has been hell. So I can't look at it for the next like few months, but then I'm going to be that hat person again. Anyway, welcome again to our monthly town hall.
Yes.
We are in March. This year is already going by way too fast. We're excited to have you here joining us. Who we are. My name is Marina Berhovich. I am the CEO and founder of YourCoach Health. And really excited to be here yet again, chatting with all of you. And I am joined by Ashley Honeycutt. Ashley?
Yes. Yes, Ashley with two E's. And I am the director of health coaching operations, as well as a board certified health and wellness coach.
Awesome. And we're here just chatting away to each other and to all of you. And we're going to be bringing you the latest and greatest on YourCoach, what we've been up to, what we're going to be doing this month and next month until we meet again, and answering any questions that you may have for us. And who we are the operating system for behavior change powered by health and wellness coaches, just like you. What that means that we can power up any company with health coaching services via our APIs and widgets. So we embed that seamlessly into any company's existing infrastructure. And it's powered by health and wellness coaching who are practicing on our YourCoach platform, who are validated by us, and bringing the best in class health coaching services in order to help make more happy and healthy humans. That is what we do. New feature and platform updates. I feel like we're just going to fly through all of these today. I feel like it's just we're going a lot faster than we normally do. Food
We
diary.
do, but we have to pause at this one because it's really exciting.
We do. So just to be clear, these features are not released yet. We are going to be releasing them March 30th. But since we have the town hall today, couldn't wait to share that with all of you. So we'll be releasing them in about, what is today? Today is the 22nd. So in about a week, we'll be releasing 22nd. Time flies. We'll be releasing them in about a week. And then would love to hear all your feedback before our town hall next month. So happy to answer any questions too. But food diary sharing. So a couple of months ago, at the end of 2022, we released the food diary, which is such an amazing feature where your clients can log, and you as well. So it's for coaches and their clients, log food right platform, so don't need to use any third parties, and it's very health coach oriented. So if somebody doesn't want to track their calories, they don't have to. If somebody just wants to track their sugar or magnesium or whatever else, they can do that. And then now we're adding the ability to share the food diary with the coach. So instead of before, when we first released it, where you would just have to do a screenshot the client and send it to the coach, now it can be shared right within the chat. And the clients will have an option if they want to share the photo of the food with you, if they want to share all the ingredients, if they want to share all the trackers, including macros. So that's something that coaches and clients will discuss and agree on, and then clients can share. How does that sound?
Well, first of all, it sounds highly customizable, which is fantastic because we all know no client is the same as the next. And being able to pick and choose what works best for them and give them the autonomy to choose what works for them is what's really going to make this a really impactful feature.
Always, client is always in a driver's seat. And this is something that we talk about all the time when we talk to our industry partners, when we talk to coaches, when we talk to clients, right? We talk to people all day long. Autonomy, full autonomy, and very much client driven, which yeah, it's still new to a lot of people, right? Like it's there's still a lot of education to be done about that. Yeah. And it's a little scary.
So much.
It's a lot of work for the client as well, right? Because everybody wants to come in and they like to be told what to do, but does that really work? Not so much. So a lot of learnings. I think, yeah, so this is the food diary sharing. There's not much, I mean, we can't say a lot more, we can't show a lot more, but what we'd love is to your feedback on what you think, on how you're loving it, what we could improve. And of course, there's going to be iterations on this as well. The next feature we have is the library on a desktop has been updated. I know some of you have noticed that because we went mobile first and then we very quickly deployed the web version, there were some features that were missing or maybe not full. So the library on a desktop will be updated and it's going to have all the same capabilities as the mobile library, which is always fantastic. We love syncing the mobile and web. That's always great. And also notes on a desktop. So before you couldn't take notes on a desktop, it could only be done on mobile. And this is definitely one of those features that is so much more convenient and comfortable to do on a desktop. So now you're going to be able to do that, which is super exciting. Client invite preview. So this is a new feature. So right now, you can't really see what's going to be sent to your clients by email. It's a very generic message that you see when you pull it up. But now you're going to be able to see the actual preview. You're going to be able to see your message in there. You're going to be able to see how it's customized. So this is something that we heard from a lot of you that was missing. And we went back to the drawing board, had a couple of sessions, got your feedback, and this is what we came up with. So would love to hear your feedback on that once it's deployed on March 30th as well. Ashley, interrupt me if I'm missing something.
No, sounds good. I was just going to say, I really like this process. It's really neat to see so many of these features come out of a coach who says, you know what, we really like this feature, But you know what would be really cool is if we did this and then it comes to our team and we have focus groups around it, we chat around it, we figure out how can we make it even better. And then these new features come about. It's a neat process.
Yeah, but just to be very clear about how these features come about, because there are some coaches that we get a wish list from, like on a daily, if it's not weekly, if not daily, then on a weekly, you know,
Right.
people like, this would be nice and this would be nice. And we've done a couple of blogs about what it takes to bring a feature forth. So if one person asks us for something, most likely we're not going to do it just because priorities, right? But if we hear from a lot of you, we hear from tens and hundreds of you that this is something that's useful, something that's helpful, then we start talking about it. But we track every wish that you guys sent us. We track it. Yeah, our boards are very, very full with a lot of wonderful ideas. And just because we're not going to do something, it doesn't mean that it's not a great idea. It could be a great idea, just maybe not something that goes with the vision of what we have for YourCoach. So just wanted to put it out there. And maybe Rebecca, if you can put in the, so Rebecca is always listening behind the scenes, but if you can, she's magic like that. If you can put maybe a link to our blog where we talk about what it takes to put a feature out there, I think that's interesting to see what's involved. This is another feature that we heard from you. So the free intro call, a lot of coaches offer this as an option for their clients. And before, for this to be visible, a client would already have to be logged into the platform, which most are not. So we heard you and we updated it. So now your clients will be able to see the ability to book a free intro call without being logged into the platform. So they'll be able to do that. In order to book the intro call, they will have to create an account because everything is done within the platform. As you know, it's a one-stop shop without all the extra noise, but they will be able to see that this is something that you offer without being logged in. I think this is a big one.
Yeah, everything to make it easier for the client.
That's what it's there for, because we want your clients to be happy, then the coaches are happy, which in turn makes us very, very happy. And then this is something that we introduced last month because I know I get asked this a lot. I know Rebecca gets asked, I know Ashley gets asked this all the time, platform tips and best practices. So this is something that we introduced, and each month we're going to dive into a particular feature that we had a lot of questions on. And this month, woo, very exciting. We're talking about how to best utilize our chat feature. And the questions have been around because we have the program chats and we have the direct message chats. And the question is around what's the difference between them. So Ashley, I'll let you take it from here.
Sure. So program chats and direct message chats. I do think you're right. Like I get a ton of questions about the difference between these two and a little bit of confusion. So direct message chats are going to be for those clients who are not enrolled in a program yet. So maybe they have some questions before they enroll in the program, or maybe they're a client who has finished a previous program and now they're reaching back out. So think of this as clients that are not currently in a program. And you'll notice a few differences between the actual box itself, which by the way, there's a tutorial coming out with all of this information on it very, very soon. So don't worry about having to memorize or write down everything right now. There'll be a tutorial you can check. But in the direct message box in the top right, you're going to see a link to the calendar. Whereas in the programs, it's got also links to the library and links to take you to that program page, because the programs chat is for clients that are currently enrolled in a program. So you're going to be leveraging library resources with them. You're going to be checking out the program, adding session notes, all of those things. So you're going to see those additional options in the chat. And the other nice thing for this program, when you look at the chat, you're going to see what program they're enrolled in, because it's going to be important. Your programs are all different, right? We want to know what perks, what resources, what number of live sessions, how long their program lasts. You can see that date range right there. So it really consolidates all that information in one spot for you. It makes it easier to manage those clients that are in programs. So I know that's a lot of information, but that's kind of the difference between those two. And then, well, is there anything you want to add to that? Because I've got some really neat tips for the actual chat itself that I love telling coaches because they're always so excited about it.
No, I want to know. What are you telling coaches? I want to know this. Tell me.
So, little insider tip and trick here. When you're in the chat box and you're typing that message out to your clients, you can hit enter. It'll go to the next line. Some coaches know that one, some don't, but it's really nice because then you can separate the paragraphs and not have to send multiple messages in a row. So really love that. But the one that everybody gets really excited about is once you send the message, if you right click over that message, there's a couple of different options that you can do. You can edit the message. So this one's a big one for me. If you accidentally make a grammar mistake or a spelling mistake, you can quickly correct that.
Right? Like that drives me crazy as well. When I make a grammar mistake, it drives me insane. Yeah.
So we can go back and immediately fix that. That's beautiful. We can also delete the message. So if it got sent and it wasn't quite finished and we need more time to think about it, or we changed our mind on the direction we want to go, we can delete that message. We can also pin that message. So I know here on the graphic on the slide, you can see that pinned message is up top. That can be for either the messages that you send or messages from the clients. And you can pin those to the top of the chat so you can always reference back to them, which to me is golden because you're going to have these conversations and they're going to keep rolling and so much can pass. And if there's a little message you want to keep a nugget on, or if there was a resource that you pinned with a message for how to use something, you can hold that up there for the client so they also don't have to scroll through. So lots of neat little things that you can do.
I love it. It makes me like want to start coaching again. In my spare time, this is what I'm going to do now.
In your spare time.
My spare time. It was a lot of fun back in the day though. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions about our chat feature, I mean, Ashley obviously has a lot of tricks and tips, and in our coaching community, that's also a great place to ask. And we have our community on Facebook, which I just don't feel our messages are being seen at all on Facebook. If anybody has any tips how to reach more people on the Facebook group, because we always get asked by coaches that they're not getting the notifications in a Facebook group. But when we post something, it's not seen by many. So just the black hole of Facebook. But if anybody has any tips on that, great. But our community chat on the platform is a great resource. So come in, ask any questions, and everybody's always super helpful in there.
This actually reminds me of a point we should make with the chat too. Make sure your clients have their notifications on so that they'll get the notifications for the messages that you're sending them. The Facebook reminded me of that. So yeah, that can definitely be helpful.
Yeah, we've been asked a lot recently about the notifications within the platform, and a lot of people just automatically turn their notifications off. Tell your clients to turn them back on, because it's really, we try not to do too many of them, try not to spam, only the important ones that are coming from you. So there's nothing really that's coming from your coach. It's the notifications that are coming when a coach creates an event or does something that's useful for the clients. So please tell your clients to enable those notifications, because that's going to be super helpful. That's what the platform is there for. It's for you and your client to have a safe space without all the extra noise. Also going to mention, once again, the platform is fully HIPAA compliant, so feel safe to use it, and tell your clients to feel safe to use it as well. We take utmost precautions on your behalf. And this is just a better and closer view of what you would be seeing in direct messages and in programs. My favorite, we come to the scholarship.
No, this one's near and dear.
Near and dear. Today has been a very emotional day. So I'm going to try to keep myself composed. So for those of you who don't know, we have a scholarship in place, and we cover 5 exam fees and exam prep for each exam sitting. So that's 15 a year. And actually this year we'll be covering even more, because all the proceeds from all the events that we do, including our symposium and all the CU events, that we do go towards the scholarship, every single penny. While we are talking about the CU events, just wanted to say the events are always free to the coaches on the platform. So if you're part of the platform, you're part of our coaching community, whether or not it's a CU event or not, it's always free to you. The only people that pay for the events are those that are not part of the YourCoach community. But back to the scholarship, it's in memory of my parents. And the application for the summer term is now open. We are receiving tons of applications. We would love to receive a ton more. That's a good number, right? Yeah, that's a good number. So, so we'd love to receive more. We will be awarding at least 5, and then we may be doing more for this particular sitting. So the application window is until April 17th. So please get in and apply now. This scholarship is need-based, but we don't ask for any supporting information. We ask you for your story. Tell us your story. Tell us why you feel you're deserving of the scholarship. Tell us what you're going to be doing once you become an NBC HWC, what you're going to bring forth, how you're going to contribute to making more happy and healthy humans, which is our mission here at YourCoach. So apply now. Rebecca will drop a link into the chat, and also you can find all the information on our website, which is yourcoach.health. I did it without, I internalized all my emotions. I did it.
But I love that it's so personal and it means so much. I mean, I think it can be easy for companies to put this kind of thing out there and it's just a check mark, but it's very, very personal. And these applications get poured over by our team and really given, each one gets individualized attention because it is really important and it is really personal.
They do. And it's really hard to pick 5 every time. It's really hard to pick 5 because everybody is fighting for their favorites, and and we do, right? Because when you read them, some of them just most of them just touch your heart, and you want to help everybody. But just one thing to mention about the incredible team that we have here. So while this is a very personal thing to me, the scholarship, once I brought it to the team, and I know I've mentioned this before, actually you're part of the group that took it and ran with it. You guys made it happen. Within a month we had this full-blown scholarship, and we were accepting applications, and every time, so this is going to be the 3rd time that we're doing this, and every time everybody's so passionate about it and super excited to be giving them out. And Lee and Rowan actually run the exam prep group and talk to all the coaches individually and within the group. And we want to help you guys succeed. This is our goal. We want to help everybody succeed. So anyway, if you have any questions about the scholarship or any of our other efforts, please reach out, team at YourCoach.health. We're happy to answer your questions anytime. Rebecca, time to come in. There you are.
Knock, knock. Hi. How's everybody?
Hi. We're going to be doing our industry news. You ready?
Oh my God, I've never been ready, but here I am. Or have I been more ready? I don't know. So this week I found 2 very interesting articles. One is from The Guardian, which I will just drop in the chat below. And it's about nutrition and meditation and how it affects gut health and gut microbiome. And it was a really interesting study with monks. So obviously Buddhist monks have a completely different diet than what we have here in Europe or in the US. And they have a vastly different daily routine. But we can't be like monks, of course, unless you really want to be. But what we can do is incorporate little bits and pieces into our diet and into our daily routine to make sure that our gut health, which is also called second brain, if you haven't heard this before, it's really interesting. The gut has its own hormones, its own little life. So it's a great article to read if you want to learn a little bit more about nutrition and mental health, and a little bit more on how it will influence your life. And of course, probably your mental health as well. It's also very important. So I'll link it in the chat. And the second one, which I found, which is this is something that I'm very passionate about also, and it was really great to read that finally caregivers get a huge recognition. And there is a big study on how caregivers are affected, their health, their mental health, what conditions they live with while taking care of their loved ones. So, and apparently 53 million Americans do it every day in, day out. And I think it's high time to highlight caregivers and their health, and how we can help, how health coaches can help, and how we can make sure that we are taking care of these people as well. We provide them with the right health and tools that they need for themselves and for them to help other people. So it's a really great article. It's a bunch of self-care tips for caregivers. So if you happen to be a caregiver, please give it a read. It's really great. Or if you know somebody who's a caregiver, or you're coaching somebody who's a caregiver, this could be also a great resource for them. And I guess that brings us to something else that's worthy of news and mentioning. I'm not sure.
It's interesting. On the caregivers, a lot of people don't even realize that they're caregivers. They're so used to doing this. And there's this whole generation that's taking care of their parents and of their children without realizing that this is the category that they fall under.
Yeah.
Which brings us, look at that. Where that brings us. So something that we started doing last month, and the reason for this is because this year for YourCoach, it's all about the science behind health coaching, right? Because there's been so much progress and where this industry is going, and how a health coach has been recognized, and especially on the AMA is going to be voting on a CPT codes in May of this year, which you and I are actually going to be heading to Chicago for that. So there's going to be, this industry is finally being recognized. It's very exciting. So we're doing a lot of deep dives. If you haven't yet downloaded our health coaching industry report, version 2 of it, it's a great weekend read now that we're approaching it's like Wednesday. We're approaching the weekend. Yes, we're approaching the weekend. It's Wednesday. So it's a wonderful weekend read if you haven't done this already. It's highly illustrated, over 80 pages on the health coaching industry. But what we started doing last month is doing deep dives into a lot of categories and a science behind it. So there's a lot of studies, there's a lot of facts, and there's a lot of information where health coaches fit in and how health coaches can help, and where we at YourCoach can help as well. So one of the deep dives that we did, the first one that we did, is on caregiving, because that's an industry that's not talked about as much. And we feel it's really, really important to shine some light on it. So we did a deep dive on that. We did one on heart health matters. We did one on nutrition, and we're going to be releasing another one tomorrow, so stay tuned. The excitement is building, but we're going to be releasing at least 2 deep dives every month this year. We're very excited for it. The team is working super hard on bringing that to you, and just really would love your feedback. If you find it helpful, if you find it useful, and what more you would like to see from us. And just also keep in mind that these deep dives, they're living, breathing organisms. So if there's information that you feel is missing, we can always add to it. We can, we're happy. So if there's something that we missed, bring it to our attention. We'd love to research it. And if it's something that needs to be in a report, we're happy to put it in there. So that's the deep dives. And just really excited to be bringing this to everybody and shining even more light on the science behind health coaching. Ta-da!
Upcoming events.
Upcoming events. With the familiar face.
Yes.
Love. I do want to mention.
New event, who dis?
unfamiliar. I do have to mention, we have a lot of fun coming up with like taglines for all of these events, right? Like, isn't that gets our creative juices going? So women's health, mentioned and mentionables. Ash, I'll let you take it from here.
I was going to say real quick, we've got trust, authenticity, and we really need to add fun as the third one on there because we have a lot of fun. The taglines are evidence of that. But our next one, we do these CEU events regularly. We've done one every month this year so far, which is really cool. We've got lots more planned for the rest of the year. But the one for April, our next one is going to be women's health, mention the unmentionables. And we're going to talk about everything women's health related. We're going to talk about hormones, perimenopause, menopause, fertility, PCOS, lots of the hormonal imbalance issues that women can have. We're going to dive into all of it. We're going to cover all of those subjects that maybe we're not feeling as confident coaching around, or we feel like maybe there's a little bit of stigma around. We want to really open that up and make it to where coaches are comfortable talking about all these things. And just like our other CEUs, we're going to use real client scenarios to walk you through those situations that come up, those challenges that women are facing, and how you can help your clients through them, staying within our scope as a health and wellness coach and giving you those practical tools. So it's not just enough for us to come in and say, hey, here's what perimenopause is. Good luck coaching your clients with it. No, that wouldn't be kind or fair. We want to walk you through how can we handle that? What are different approaches we can take? What are coaching skills and tools that we can leverage with clients when they're in these different stages to really help them through it? Because that's our goal, happier and healthier humans. And to do that, we need to be set up for success. So our goal in these hours is to give you all of the tools for that. So we're going to start with women's health in April. Then in May, we're going to move into mental health and care, the making of happy and healthy humans. And here we're going to talk about all things mental health related. So how to deal with clients who are coming to you and saying maybe they have some anxiety, they have depression, maybe they have some mental health concerns that are outside of the scope of health and wellness coaching. What do we do then? We don't abandon our clients, right? We can still sit with them in that space, and we can still, there's lots of tools without going into all the things we're going to do. But there's lots of things we can do to help those clients and become part of their care team to help them get to their goals and have all those behavior change that they want. So really excited about these. Talk for a really long time on them.
You need to save it for the events. Wait, nobody can learn.
I know. I just got so excited.
I know. Please, everybody, don't learn anything right now. Save it for the events. Save it. It's coming up in April. But I just wanted to say, when we put these events together and when we put together the content for the events, one question that we always ask, and this keeps coming up, is there value to this event? Our coach is going to have, they're going to take, what are they going to be able to take out from this, right? Is it going to bring value to the coaching community? And if the answer is no, or maybe, we go back to the drawing board, right? So this is something that is very important to us. We don't do these events for ourselves. We do these events for the coaches, for our coaching community. So, and the feedback that we've been getting has been absolutely incredible. So kudos to Ashley, kudos to Rowan for helping put this together as well. You guys are amazing. And, often, what is it? Often replicated, never duplicated, or what's the saying? Often duplicated, never replicated. So, it's been brought to our attention that there has been some copycatters of our events, but, please know that we put a lot of effort and a lot of thought into what goes on here. And, if somebody wants to put together a similar event, that's fine, but just so so that our community knows, there's a lot of heart and there's a lot of thought that goes into everything that we put out there. So honesty and authenticity, listen, it's been brought to us. So just wanted to put it out there as well, right? So, because we get questions all the time.
And it goes without saying, just another thing about the events, that if you're looking for the CUs, please feel free to use the code coaching community, because for our community, this is something that we offer. If you would like to do that, if you don't need CUs, the events are free. So you can always come on board and attend them.
Absolutely.
And also this reminds me too. So one of the pieces that we really love, sorry, I agree. I know Rebecca, you're like, oh, but wait, we're moving. I'm like, oh wait, there's more thing. It reminded me in the Facebook group, that was actually one of the questions. We really want these, like Marina was saying, to be the most impactful and helpful that they can be. And so I would really love to hear from coaches, especially as we're looking at particularly women's health and into mental health. What would make these events, what specifically would you like to hear more about? What would make them really applicable to your practice? So there's a great question for that in our Facebook group. So I know notifications from that have been a little tricky. So if you didn't see that, I would love it if you would hop in there and just drop a little comment for what are you seeing with your clients? What do you feel uncomfortable coaching around? And that way we can really address those things in these webinars as well.
Yep. Any other thoughts before I go to the next slide?
Oh, and the timings, the last thought. We would also, we get a lot of questions if the event is recorded or if the events are, if you can replay it. Absolutely. It lives on our YouTube, but I know that some of these times might be difficult for some people, or you have other engagements, no problem, but we would love to hear also what's the best time. So maybe the mornings work for you better, or after dinner. Please let us know if there is a time which works for you best, so we can also make sure that we put on events that you can attend live. But always there's a recording, so no worries. But we want to,
don't want to wait, so we just want to make sure that that we accommodate. We're here to please. Okay, I'm moving on,
done.
you guys.
Done. Let's go.
All right, as always, we're going to ask, how can we make your virtual home better? How can we make your virtual home even homier? And by your virtual home, it is your coach. So please let us know. Feedback is vital to us. It's super important. So anything that you have to tell us. If you love it, great. If you don't love it, let us know why. How can we make it better? That's what it's here for. That's what we're here for. And my favorite part, let's chat. So I'm going to stop sharing so I get to see you guys' faces. And let's talk. As always, I think we have some questions beforehand that were submitted. So maybe Rebecca, if you want to read them, happy to answer them.
For sure. We have a few things going as always. So let's get into it. First question is about events and what else are we planning on hosting this year? So maybe Ashley, you can give a little preview. And of course, if, as mentioned, anybody has any suggestions, it's not too late. It's not too late to give.
There's women's health, there's mental health, and there will be more. We have them mapped out. You'll find out real soon what they are. The suspense.
We gotta leave a little suspense, we tell some, we gotta leave something for the next town hall, right? Like we just can't share everything this month, and then what are we going to talk about next month? So
we need to
leave
build
a little something
suspense here. Okay, well, but of course, if you need to, and if you want to recommend topics, most welcome, and we would love to put together events that serve you best. Somebody's asking about the scholarship and the criteria. They're currently working on their 50 hours of coaching. Are they eligible? If we can share a little more on that.
Yeah, so it needs to be done. The 50 hours need to be done, just because when we select an individual, that takes a spot from somebody else, because when we pay for it, we pay for it. And if the criteria has not been met, the board will not let you sit for the exam. And we just can't have that. So yes, the 50 hours need to be completed. And super important, you cannot have paid for the exam yet, because we will be paying for the exam on your behalf. So we don't do reimbursements. If you've paid for exam already, you're ineligible for the scholarship.
And another question about when the winners will be announced for the next cohort, which it
It's gonna
comfortably
be,
answer as well.
you can answer or I can answer because I know this date very, very well.
Go for it then. There you go.
Very good reason. It's Shane's birthday, so it's my younger daughter's birthday, April 27th, and she will be turning 19, which is
Wow,
on last year in her teens. I know.
time flies. So
Time
maybe
does
she
fly.
can select the winners as a birthday gift. Wow.
We're like just picking it out of the hat these days. Is that what we're doing?
Absolutely not.
You know what? If it was up to her, she would select everybody. She called me today, and this is just a fun story about Shane. So she's studying in London. She calls me today, and this is 3 minutes before I have to jump on on a call. And she goes, I have a big issue. And of course, as a parent, you love when a conversation starts, I have a big issue. And she looks, I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, there's a homeless person here and he's got 2 Frenchies. And like, I don't know how much to give him or what I can do. So we've really quickly solved it. I'm like, ask him what he wants. There's a supermarket, you can go. So she asked him what he wanted. He made a selection for himself and his French bulldogs. She went to the store, she bought him what he wanted and problem solved. But this is my Shane. Like it's unbelievable. She had a big problem. She could not walk past, like just my heart. Anyway, just wanted to share. But yes, April 27th to answer your question.
Amazing. So cute. Well, she made someone's day very happy. So that's really nice.
She did. And yeah, so the reason she was asking is because they've been warned in school against like giving money because a lot of the time the money is used for something else. So that was her first choice. But, she's like, what do I do? So food is always good, right? Like that's something that somebody needs. And when you ask them, especially what it is that they want, it's autonomy. They feel that they're in control of their life, right? So, she made somebody else's day and in turn, her day was made as well. So really proud of her.
Oh, wow. That's so nice. I feel bad now asking this next question. I feel so good. Somebody's asking for tips on live coaching sessions. It would be they would love to get some tips. They're just starting out, and yeah, they're asking if we could share some tips on live coaching. Ashley, maybe you have something already in the works?
I was going to say there's a great CEU event that we did back in January on fostering connection in a digital world. And that one, I think it's on the YouTube already, right, Rebecca?
Yeah, for sure. I can also link it.
Yeah, that's a good one because, yeah, it's got a ton of tips in it for those video sessions, how to set up for them, how to conduct them. And, it even talks about both from the technical perspective and from a connection perspective, how to be prepared for those. So we could sit here, we talked for almost an hour on that. And we could talk for another hour here, but best opportunity is to go check that out.
And if there's more questions about that, maybe that's the feature that we can discuss perhaps next month at the town hall. So if after you guys watch the video and there's more questions, please let us know and we're happy to bring it back.
And there's a question about the Facebook polls. Yes, so on Facebook, everything's in Eastern time. If you are in a different time zone, you can also comment and mention it. So if 5 p.m. West Coast fits you best, all good. I'm a master time converter person, so don't worry. As long as you say the time zone, I'll be on it. So you can just pick the times which are in Eastern, or you can just comment with your time zone and your preferred time. All good. The last question is, second to last actually. Is there a link I can share to my social media profile or website for my clients to find me on the platform?
You know this one, Rebecca.
Oh, yes. Do you want me to take it? We have wonderful deep links, 2 different ones actually. There's one for the full practice. So when a client will click on it, they will be taken to a screen where they can read about your practice and see all the programs that you have going. Or you can just choose to link it to one specific program. So if you have one program that you wanted to highlight, you can also do that. I can link a tutorial on how to do this in the chats, but it's really easy if you go to your space and then your practice. Next to the add program button, there's an arrow that's pointing up. If you click on it, the magic link will appear. So you can copy it, you can send it, you can paste it, you can add it to your website, you can create a full website for it, whatever you want.
I love it. Create a full website for it.
Just myprogram.com, and it's just the link as you want. But yeah, it's a great way to quickly reference a program for a client. It's great to add to your socials. Really nice.
Wait, quick, grab that URL before it's taken, myprogram.com.
I think it's probably taken already. Oh, and the last one, maybe I can also take this one. Where can we find tutorials? So where can I find tutorials on the platform? It's actually, we have a few different ones. So we have the platform tutorials, which you can find on the left-hand side of the desktop version of the platform. So it's the last little icon on the bottom. There are client tutorials also in there. So you can send those to clients, or you can watch them yourself just to be familiar on what a client would see. And our very own Ashley has been working very hard on some guided tutorials, which are very similar to what we do here on the town halls. So you get a little more information, a little more depth, I would say, from the expert Ashley on how to best utilize these features, some tips and tricks. So those are available through our YouTube if you want to check it out.
Can I also share, for those of you that are wondering, if Ashley, as beautiful of a person in real life as she is in 2D, like what is this, in the virtual world, she is beautiful and friendly and amazing, and I can vouch for that. So what you see here is what you get in real world Ashley too. So just wanted to put that out there. And then I think
I can't even hug you through the screen.
You're just gonna have to come here and do it in person, you know, or come to Nashville. I'll be in your neck of the woods, kind of close-ish, next week. And then New York, come to New York. I'll be in New York too. So, you know, just pick where you want to meet me. I'll take that hug anytime. Actually, I'll be seeing Nicole while I'm in New York. So I always love meeting with her. So that's going to be fantastic. Love going where the team is. We do have another question. It came into the Q&A. So curious about % of clients are coming to the platform through coaches directly, and how many are coming in from searches and then searches for coaches on a platform. So just wanted to remind you, clients cannot search for coaches on a platform. We're not direct to consumer. They cannot search for you. So the only way clients can find their coaches is if a coach shares the link to their program or invites a client to their program or practice. So that's the only way. What coaches see, the community of all the different coach practices, is just for coaches to see. Clients will never see that. They will never search that. That is not visible to them. That is not available to them. It's only visible to coaches, so you can chat with fellow coaches, so you can maybe work together if you choose to do so, if you can mentor somebody or be mentored by someone. So it's just a feature for coaches. So 100% of clients that are coming to the platform are coming through coaches who have shared their link or invited them to the platform. Another question.
Oh yeah, sorry. I just saw one question come in. If the share feature is on our radar. Oh my God.
Very much so.
Is it?
Very much so. And it's something that we will be releasing this year. I don't have the exact date yet because we keep shuffling things around because every feature is important. We just want to do everything for everyone, and we're still a relatively small team of 25. So we're just trying to do a lot. But yes, that is absolutely in our radar, and it will absolutely be coming with a few other treasures that I can't wait to share when it comes to live sessions. Okay, and where you said the deep dives will be available. Rebecca, do you want to answer this one?
Sorry, can you
answer it as well, where the deep dives are going to be available. The deep dives live on our website, so you can access them directly from there. It's in the report section of our website.
Yeah. I already sent a link in the chat. Sorry if you guys missed it, but ending it again. And yeah, stay tuned because tomorrow, I'm very excited for tomorrow. So
Yeah, it's a great one.
a good
I mean,
one.
they're all great, right? It's like, how do you pick a favorite child? You don't. Anyway. Oh, Jennifer, we love you too. That is so sweet. Thank you. We love feedback. We love when you talk to us. I know some people are shy to talk in a group setting, so we appreciate all the messages you send us as well. And the biggest appreciation that we can get, I mean, we do love hearing this, absolutely. But if you love what we do, please share it with fellow coaches. If you want to leave us a review on any, we can share that as well. So there's this always escapes me, the platform that we use. So Rebecca, you can share.
Capterra.
Capterra, that's it. So you can leave us a review on Capterra, you can leave us a review on App Store, Google Store, anywhere. And as a bonus, you actually get points on a platform for leaving us reviews. So a little bonus.
Can I leave reviews?
I love how you're like, wow, as if we didn't notice. Rebecca's like, wow, what a great
As if I
idea.
didn't do this.
There wasn't a discussion of how many points we give, how we give these points.
I have a
Rebecca's
lot
like,
of
"Really?
points.
Wow."
I think with all the onboardings I'm doing, I just accumulated over like 35,000 points on the platform.
You do have a lot of points, and if only you were a coach, that would be just so useful.
I'm sorry. For now, I do not pay for the platform, so I'm very, I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with the perks.
You've reached quite a few perks as well. So if you were a coach, you'd be able to work with our industry partners already.
Oh, look at that.
Except for that one part.
Yeah, I just need the certification. All good. I'll be on it.
That little thing. Big deal.
I think I've accumulated many CUs on all of our events, so
that is true. We also have a scholarship that you can apply for. So there's all sorts of things that we're doing for you.
Wow.
We're going to start a fund for Rebecca to become a coach.
Well, hopefully soon. But
with all the free time you have, you can.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. On that note, it's always fun to connect with the two of you. It's always fun to connect with our large community. We love you guys. We love doing this. We love doing this for you. And please let us know how we can help you create more happy and healthy humans.